The historic May Day is being observed across the country today with the slogan to build workers, owners, unity to create smart Bangladesh. On the occasion, on the day, a colorful procession was organized by the Ministry of Labour and Employment from Manik Mia Avenue in the capital. Manujan Sufyan, Minister of State for Labour and Employment, inaugurated the procession. Various organizations based on labour unions participated in the procession. The procession ended in front of Bangabandhu International Conference Center. After that, the Labor Day discussion will be held there. Workers' income in Bangladesh has not been increased compared to inflation, where the range of factual wages is reducing. According to Bangladesh Institute of Labour Studies (BIIS), workers have lost 40% of their real wage in the last 5 years. Experts said due to the non-implementation of labour laws, working people are biggest victims of income inequalities. They urge to take the effective steps to protect the workers. Due to the impact of COVID, Ukraine war and implementation of IMF conditions, the price of daily commodities are increasing in the country's market. Inflation is rising above 9%, where income inequality has also been increased. Analysts said workers are the biggest victims of such unstable economic conditions. Although the country has international standard laws to protect labor rights, experts fear that the instability in the economy will increase day by day if the fair rights of workers are not ensured. Tea workers spend their lives in the trap of scarcity. These backward communities are demanding work-friendly, women-friendly work environment and land rights along with proper implementation of fundamental rights. The Department of Labour informed about talking various projects planned to improve the life of tea workers. Tea workers have been working in the tea industry for the generations. About 140,000 permanent and temporary tea workers are working in the gardens across the country. 170 taka is the fate of the permanent worker after suffering from sunburn, rain and broken bones. Also, at the end of the week, they get 3 to 5 kilograms of flour or rice at the rate of 2 taka. The workers say they're deprived of various rights. Garden owners commented that many demands of the tea workers are irrelevant. A total of 8 people, including 3 of a family and pedestrians, were burnt in the explosion during the repair of Tita's gas line in Thupkola in the capital. On the other hand, 13 people were burnt due to the gas leakage in the garment factory of Konabari, Gazipur. Burn victims are admitted in Dhaka Medical and Sheikh Hasina National Institute and Burn and Plastic Surgery. Around 9 a.m., the gas line of Thupkola Bazaar in the Gandaria exploded. The relatives of the burned patient complained that such an accident was due to working on the gas line unknowingly. The victims are grocer Abdur Rahim, his daughter Mim Akhtar and grandson Alif. It is said that the repair of work of Tita's gas line was going for last few days. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will attend the ceremony today at the World Bank headquarters to mark the 50th anniversary of relationship between Bangladesh and the World Bank. Foreign Minister A.K. Abdul Momen said that the same day she will participate in the lunch with the President, Managing Director and Vice President of the World Bank. She will also meet the Board of Members of the World Bank. The Foreign Minister said the meeting will discuss the success issues of various fields including presentation, poverty alleviation, shelter project and agricultural sector by highlighting the progress of World Bank's work with Bangladesh in 50 years. Budget allocation government has been increasing in the power and energy sector for the last 15 years to meet the energy demand. Officials of Power Department said this trend will continue in the next financial year as well. After 100% electrification, the government is giving priority to transmission and distribution. However, analysts has urged that increasing allocation to the renewable energy sector for affordable, sustainable and environmental friendly energy, the demand for electricity and energy will gradually increase in the implementation of the master plan in the transition of high-income countries. Keeping this in mind, the government wants to continue the infrastructure development of this sector. For this reason, the allocation in this sector has increased gradually for the last 15 years. Allegations have been made with 23 influential ship handling operators have been given named and unnamed licenses in the Chittagong port. The Port and Ship Handling Operators Association is in a standoff within this. The current operators are preparing to go on strike by stopping the release of the goods at the outer anchorage. In the last 15 years, cargo and ship handling at Chittagong port's outer anchorage has tripled more. However, new operators did not increase. Therefore, after checking with the previous 32 ship handling operators, 23 more companies were recently added to the board meeting of the port. The chairman of the port said this step is to reduce cost and increase competition in the transportation of goods. However, the Bangladesh Ship Handling and Berth Operators Association has raised objections to new licenses process. However, the traders are afraid of complications with the product redemption process abroad in the current situation. 6.5 million tons of goods are unloaded annually from large ships at outer anchorage. Farmers are busy harvesting paddy along with the harvester machine. About 2 lakh male workers are working in harvesting paddy. However, the women are doing the work of threshing and drying the paddy. The total value of boro rice produced in Chunamganj Har area will be about 3,800 crore taka in this combined labor of men and women. About 3,78,000 farmer families are associated with the paddy cultivation in Har of Chunamganj. The men of these families are busy from planting seeds to harvesting paddy, and the women are doing the work of threshing, drying and baling rice. Women are working equally with men in the districts, and their combined labor is strengthening Har's economy. Meanwhile, the Department of Agriculture Extension expects to achieve more than the target year this year. Trains are running on Dhaka-Sylhet and Dhaka-Chattogram roads at the reduced speed to avoid accidents after the railway line bent twice in Brahmanbaria in intense heat. Efforts are being made to keep the railway line cool with water. Meanwhile, the passengers of this route are being suffered due to the reduced speed of the train. Workers are busy on straightening the bent railways line at Dariapur in the Brahmanbaria, Dhaka-Chattogram, Dhaka-Sylhet, Dhaka-Noakhali and Mymensingh-Chattogram. At least 60 trains run on these 4 routes, including cargo and passenger. Earlier on April 20th and 22nd, Dhaka-Sylhet and Dhaka-Chattogram railway lines were bent at the same place in Dariapur in Brahmanbaria. Railway officials claim that excessive hits in the reason behind the incident. In order to avoid accident, the engineering department of Akhara Junction is trying to keep the railway line cool with water and clay. Independent candidate Shahnur Islam is dreaming of winning the Ghazipur city election by exploiting the internal conflict of Awami League like 2013. He is also getting the support of some local BNP leaders. However, there are also rumors that Shahnur is working as the dummy candidate of Awami League rebel candidate Jahangir Alam. BNP supported Abdul Manan won the first election of Ghazipur City Corporation in 2013, where Awami League's Azmat Ullah Khan lost. However, it is said that the presence of independent candidate Jahangir Alam was the main reason behind the defeat of Awami League in the election. In the 2018 election, that Jahangir emerged as a candidate of Awami League and won. However, the loss of the post of the mayor by making controversial comments about Bangabandhu. Awami League is busy promoting public relations and organizational unity in Sylhet City Corporation elections. Meanwhile, the current mayor Ariful Haq Chaudhury's decision to participate in the election is still secret. Awami League is proceeding with the assumption that BNP will come to the elections. Awami League candidate Anwar-Zaman Chaudhury is busy with election campaign after getting the party nomination. The political and the social platforms are busy with party leaders and activists, Jatiyo Party, Islamic Movement and candidates, and several other independent candidates are announcing their candidacy. The prospect of an end of corruption probe of Hafazat Islam's top leaders before the national election is in limbo. There is no progress of investigation as well. 2 years have passed despite the obligation to complete the inquiry process within a maximum of 75 working days. The Anti-Corruption Commission did not even question anyone about the allegation for mysterious reasons. Hafizat-Islam hit the ground on 2021, centering the visit of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Bangladesh. Later, the Anti-Corruption Commission started investigation on more than half a hundred leaders of the organizations. Later, allegation came over the Hafizat leaders of looting the organization's fund, embezzling money from various madrasas and orphanages and Islamic institutions. Since the beginning of the inquiry, 3 rounds of committee formation have been reconstituted, but no progress has been made.